So frame by frame, as the latest Spider-Man No Way Home trailer continues to get disassembled, we start to realize that this trailer is put together in a very rushed and broken fashion. Hey, maybe the people working on this also worked on Grand Theft Auto the Definitive Edition, because both just have disembodied parts and things just happening all over the place. See, I made this topical. I know what's happening in the news. I'm up on all the modern pop culture events, such as the latest Jackie Gleason skits. Alright guys, so I've already talked about the fact that there's quite clearly some terrible editing mistakes that literally show us the other Spider-Men fighting the villains from their own universe, or some sort of mashup where they're going to be fighting the opposite villains on that one scene. Now let's talk about this scene right here. This scene in particular. You guys notice anything funny? Take a look at the left-hand side. Coincidentally enough, it's also the left arm and hand that's floating there. It's literally just floating there because they forgot to remove it. They left the bare bone, like CG model without all the textures, just floating there. It's honestly kind of amazing, the effort they've gone through to take things out of this scene. And make no mistake, this isn't a, oh, Eternals left the cameraman in there, and we all told you, no, the cameraman's a part of the plot, and people didn't believe us, and he was. This is, look, unless there's a Spider-Man who's just a disembodied hand and arm floating about, or that's some sort of weird, crazy, disembodied villain, I don't know what else it could be. The real question here is, though, this sequence that seems to be lending itself towards this is MJ falling off, and then we're going to have Peter doing the dive. Why isn't this arm or hand or anything trying to help them? Or maybe there's just something weird going on here where it could be one of the villains or something, but most people seem to believe it's probably Spider-Man since they're all right next to each other and it's one of the other Spider-Men, or that this could even be a completely different shot or a different take that they put in here just to try to distract us, and that's why this ended up getting in here, because they were cutting it close to editing, which honestly, I think all of this kind of does work. But I'm pretty much just going to agree with everybody. This is some terrible editing trying to hide what we know is in the film. And again, you know, they're trying. Bless them, they're trying, but they're not doing a really good job at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how they approach this whole marketing side of things, because they're clearly cutting corners. And if any of the other international spots or possible mini trailers that they're going to release inevitably in the next month are going to feature something like this, because, well, editing mistakes in Sony, they go hand in hand. I mean, if you guys go back to TASM 1 and 2, it was like Christmas every single time they released a clip or trailer. It was like, wow, there's a lot of problems with this.